Your eyes do not deceive you. I actually got the complete series of Regular Show at Walmart. $70 for that thing. Too bad I couldn't really watch it. Do you see those Jeremys down there? The first row. Yeah, this came with the DVD that I bought. What the heck happened? Look at the quality. Where did things go wrong? Well, I also screenshotted the ones from the original that I used to own of Party Pack. And as you can see, there's a complete difference. It doesn't even hurt the eyes. Why is it that this DVD thing hurts my eyes? I understand that there are problems with the quality, but I did not expect it to be as bad as this. This is no April Fool's joke. I actually got the DVD, put it in the PlayStation, and this is what I got. I have Tekken 4 paused right now. That's why you hear the PS2 sounds. I can't watch the Regular Show set without it hurting my eyes. I can only get up to the headlock and then I need to stop. This is how bad it is. And it's sad because I wanted to watch Replaced. It's Chad and Jeremy Day is this month. I'm still proofreading Regular Life. I gotta work on that Bob plus Jeremy comic. And now I can't watch Replaced on Chad and Jeremy Day because of this. Looking at the bottom, the second row, this is from the Party Pack. I screenshotted the Party Pack ones. The bottom ones look much better to look at as opposed to this one. I had the light on too and everything. This is the quality. It looks like a Jeremy Shiny or something. I'm sorry. I may like shinies, but I don't want Jeremy Shiny to look like this. If you guys still want to get the DVD regardless of the quality, well, I hope you have a much better time than I did. Because every single episode is going to look like that. Even Regular Show the movie is going to look like that. It just feels weird because it doesn't have all the shorts. It only has Naive Man from Lollyland. It doesn't have Coming Soon or Fun Run or Break Time or Oh. They don't have that, which is weird. They could have had that in there, but this was imported from the Region 4 DVDs. The more I talk about it, the more it's gonna hurt my eyes. Oh, at least you see a little bit of Minions there. Otto's right there. Okay, enough. I'm just gonna go to Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket and see what we get from there. Alright, what do we got? Shining Revelry. Okay. There'll be Tekken OST in the background. I'm just gonna battle in ranked matches. What team do I want? I'll use maybe Crashing Thunder. Watch out I don't get countered by, fighting types. Drew? Drew! Okay. I'm gonna find Hanmaru. Silence! I want to find OSC for Inner Shrine, which is Hanmaru. Okay, I just wanted to make sure there's no ads. No OST until the battle starts. I shall start off with Zapdos. Giratina. Uh-oh! That's not good. try out this one now. my Tekken OST ended. I need to find the extended one. Is your place really the first episode you watched from the set? Yes. That's the thing about Pocket. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's no different than Go Battle League. I just wanted to try something different. If the OST is loud, I can turn it down. I just thought since I got a victory with my electric deck, I wanted to get a victory with my fire one. And lo and behold, they used water against me in the other one, so that didn't work well. Bob? Well, we had Drew. Now we got Bob. You have Eevee as your profile pic? Nice to meet you. Magnemite. Oh. That's a minion, alright. Well, let's just hope I get Charmeleon. Oh yeah, they resist the fire attacks. Rolling attack! No! I need Charmeleon! Remember Garrett Bobby Ferguson, aka Billy Mitchell? Yeah, Garrett Bobby Ferguson. Yeah, I know who that is. I can't lose Charmander! Copy anything. I don't like the face! He had a lot of lawsuits that were either dismissed or settled out of court, but a few days ago, he won his first lawsuit with some YouTuber. Charmander, return! Not enough energy. After events, Garrett Bobby Ferguson is a Billy Mitchell parody. I don't know if Cartoon or JG ever spoke about that. I suppose not, though. LOL. Ha! He recovered after he already lost. Was it worth the $70 for the regular show box set? Not really, but it's worth it to have it for the collection. I mean, it isn't fair that I owned all the Despicable Me and Minions movies and didn't have all the DVDs of regular show. Considering that I used to like regular show first before Minions, it felt very disrespectful. But at least, well, Walmart finally had it today, so, better than nothing, I guess. They released the Ben 10 complete box set a few weeks ago, all 5 series besides the reboot, and 2 of the animated movies. That thing's got rough skin. What does that do? You take damage from it. Only the classic series had ever been released on DVD. Might buy, given it's around 70 and it's still the complete series. Which is weird because Walmart.com said that the regular show DVD was 62. So why was it 69 at the actual one? It's so confusing. It's gonna kill my Charmander. different aside of Pokemon Go. I was watching Replaced earlier, Zook. I got a headache after watching the quality of it. And it's sad because this is regular show. My favorite episode. Oh, now you decide to give me a Charmeleon. Mom was watching it also. And she did not like the quality of it. Not at all. So, because of that, I had to take it out and put in Tekken 4 because of how pissed off I was at the quality. Because I've watched Replace on the PlayStation 2 before and it did not have this quality. I know you said something about the quality, but jeez. This is bad. This is bad quality. I gotta go to bed now, but I'll message you tomorrow about regular life stuff early in the morning. Good night. Good night. Well, they couldn't do anything because it was a grass deck. But they Tekken chickened out. I guess we could stop it there. And I'll send your friend request. Thanks. Those battles can get really tough. Are they as bad as the ones in Pokemon Go Battle League? No. I think the Go Battle League ones are like, what, 10 times harder than these? I don't really use legendaries, except for Zapdos. But, I do have Giratina, but I don't feel like using it. I could show you my cards. Alright, so I'll just start with the grass types. These are my grass types. Go slowly. EXs are like on a different side. Like the special ones. There's Zapdoses. Like I said, I have 2 of them. One from Wonder Pick and one from the Pikachu pack. That's where the hourglasses go. There's Pikachu EX. Yeah, these are some of my EXs. Gyarados. Is that an EX? No, it's not EX. Pikachu is. Mew EX. Saw Zapdos earlier. That one's a Japanese one. Yes, that was from a Wonder Pick. See, like, a lot of these are Wonder Picks. There's Licky Licky EX. Heatran, that's not an EX. Glaceon EX. Garchomp EX. Origin Form Dialga. I should maybe use a Steel type deck. Maybe. Arceus. There's Arceus EX. Well, Trio EX. Lucario EX. Bibarel EX. A lot of these are like special arts. There's Giratina Immersive. Charizard EX. Beedrill Shiny. Charizard Shiny. Yeah, they're all here. Yeah, those are all my cards. I struggled a lot. But what do you expect? Battles get pretty tough, especially in this game. It's no different than, like I said, Go Battle League. But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the battles. Sorry I lost a lot, but hey, at least my opponent Tekken chickened out. It was anyone's game for that one. So, yeah. That's the end of the stream. Thank you guys for watching, and laters.